The eyes. They tell stories, they convey emotions, and sometimes they just give away a little bit more about your age than you'd like. It's true, growing old is both a blessing and a privilege. But wrinkles, puffy eyes, and hooded lids, not so much. But fear not, because there's a not so secret collagen boosting weapon at your disposal: radio frequency. Today, I'm going to be unlocking the power of radio frequency skin tightening, showing you just how you can take care of those pesky eye concerns. Now, we all know that my more premium devices help when it comes to boosting collagen and elastin levels in the skin. But how about something a little more budget friendly? Can this dedicated radio frequency machine that costs less than $60 really make a difference? I mean, I guess we'll find out. Okay, let's break things down and take a little bit of a closer look at why the skin around the eyes ages faster. Compared to the rest of the face, the under eye area has a much thinner layer of skin. And it's this lack of thickness that makes this area much more susceptible to lines, wrinkles, shadows, and puffiness. On top of that, it's also got less collagen and elastin, the proteins responsible for keeping things plump and useful. Think of them as structural support beams. When they diminish, the skin starts to lose its elasticity and then it begins to sag. And of course, then there's the micro movement from blinking, squinting, and scowling, all of which can lead to the formation of wrinkles, especially in the delicate eye area. Yes, corner of the eyes, I'm talking about you. And let's not forget that the delicate eye area is often neglected when it comes to sunscreen, with UV damage being one of the main leading causes of the formation of fine lines and wrinkles under the eyes. Yep, the sun accelerates the aging process around the eyes, making this delicate skin even more fragile. Basically, the combination of thinner skin, UV damage, and constant eye movement come together to create the perfect foundations for premature aging. Alright, science time. So while traditional skincare normally focuses on adding moisture or targeting the surface layer of the skin, radio frequency works its magic deeper down in the dermis. Here's the deal. Professional radio frequency use radio waves to gently heat the deeper layers of the skin, typically reaching temperatures of between 65 and 75 degrees Celsius, which is around 149 to 167 degrees Fahrenheit. And this controlled heat triggers a process called collagen denaturation. Now, this might sound scary, but it's actually a really good thing. This controlled heat disrupts the existing strands of collagen, prompting the body to respond by creating fresh and stronger collagen, which is going to give your skin structure, bounce, and volume. Now, when it comes to radio frequency devices, not all machines are made equal, and many of the home use devices run at a much lower temperature than those that you're going to see in a clinic. With an average temperature of between 42 and 52 degrees Celsius, which is 107 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, they're a much safer option for the home user to get to grips with. And of course, when it comes to radio frequency treatments, it's not only the temperature that's achieved within the skin, but how long that temperature is held and maintained for. Now, at the lower end of this temperature scale, mild collagen remodeling takes place, with an increase in blood flow and collagen synthesis following. And at the higher end of this scale, significant collagen remodeling and fibroblast production begin, resulting in way more dramatic results in a much shorter space of time. However, like I said, for home use devices that are going to be used multiple times a week, a lower temperature is so much more desirable, just so that you know that things are going to be safe in the long term. And really, slow and steady is the way to go with collagen remodeling, as it gives you more control over your end results. I guess it's all about balance and what's going to deliver the best results with the fewest risk factors. So for today's eye treatment, I'm going to be using this compact little device right here, and it's going to give me a better idea of how this weighs up against my more premium devices. Now, as a general rule, I don't use radio frequency in my eye area, mainly because I have pro devices that would penetrate too quickly and too deep through the skin of the eye, resulting in olhos cozidos. That's Portuguese for cooked eyes. Yum. So I guess the only way for me to understand if this is really going to be beneficial for treating around the eyes is for me to give it a try. Now, as this device uses radio frequency, I already know that I'm going to need to apply a layer of conductive gel in the area that I'm treating. The reason for that is that dry skin is kind of like a barrier for energy frequencies. It's not really conductive. So when you're working with tools and devices like this, you're going to want to apply something that's going to help that frequency penetrate through from the device and into the skin so that it can work its magic. If you've ever seen any of my videos covering this frequency, microcurrent, EMS, any of that, you're already going to know what the conductive gel is that I'm going to be using today, because it's the only one that I ever use, and that is the Age R Booster Gel from Medicube. So for this, I'm just going to place a little bit on my fingertips, gently dab it under the eye, and I'm also going to go in the upper part of the orbital rim. It's pretty self-explanatory. I can see there's a power button here, so I'm just going to turn that on. The device is on, and then to turn the temperature up, you've got a little button at the top. Going to go for a level 3, just see how that feels. If it's too hot, I'm going to bring the temperature down. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. The first thing that I notice is that yes, I can feel the heat generating. There's also EMS in this, so I can feel like the electric kind of causing my eye to twitch. And we all know that I love EMS. Wow, that's actually building up quite nice heat. I'm not sure how much I like the EMS frequency running with the radio frequency at the same time. It's making it a little bit difficult for me to gauge how much temperature is building up in my skin because the EMS frequency is kind of distracting me. I'm not going to go onto the upper eyelid. I don't really ever use any treatments over the upper eyelid because the upper eyelid is covering the eyeball. And as I said, I just don't want to risk sort of like causing any damage to my eyes. So when I'm using this, I've got the probe is pointing up towards the bone of the orbital rim, and I'm just running along the skin there. Okay, I feel like I've actually achieved a really nice warmth in the skin now. It's definitely not as hot as what I experienced with my Pro devices, but again, in this kind of really delicate, sensitive eye area, I just wouldn't want it to get as hot as when I'm treating the jawline or under the chin area. So I actually feel like that this has been kind of optimized for treating in this zone, and it's not going to generate massive amount of heat that's going to cause burns or severe discomfort. So gentle sweeping motion, just keeping it nice and fluid. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit warmer than I'd like, so I'm just going to pick up the speed now. The faster you move it, the lower the temperature will be in the skin, so it's not staying in the same spot for too long. Okay, this feels surprisingly decent, so I'm just going to do the other side now. Wow, okay, that actually felt really relaxing. I'm just going to rub the rest of the HR Booster Gel in. Okay, so I've done 2 minutes on each of my eyes now, and yeah, the frequency from this actually feels like it's doing something. The heat generated feels like just the right amount. And the addition of the EMS frequency, actually I wasn't too sure at the start, but it's kind of a smart idea because you're able to give yourself 2 treatments at once. You're able to give the dermis a good treatment with the radio frequency, and you're also taking care of those little muscles in the eye zone with the EMS. I mean, over the years, I guess I've tried so many of these kind of budget devices, and they're either not what they say they are, they don't do what they say they do. I've even bought a device once before that was stuffed with foam. There was no electrical components or parts inside the housing. It was literally just like polystyrene foam. So this is a pleasant surprise. So do I think that this device is worth the price point and could form an effective part of an eye care routine? I mean, I think so. Really, the majority of the radio frequency devices I've got are just too powerful to use around the eye area. So it's often an area on my face that I kind of bypass or miss when it comes to collagen stimulation. And I actually feel like I'm personally going to add this into my routine because it's going to help me make sure that when I'm doing the radio frequency treatment, pretty much all of my face is getting a good session. Now this device would also be awesome for using over the nasolabials. And looking at the tip of this, it's also going to run over the lip line really, really well, helping to take care of any of those fine lines and wrinkles. But yeah, looking at this, it's been specifically designed and calibrated for taking care of that thinner skin around the eyes. And I actually believe that this would offer a more personalized and tailored approach than the larger, more clunky radio frequency machines that are perfect for treating larger parts of the face, the neck and the body. So there you have it. Radio frequency really does offer a powerful and science-backed way to combat the signs of aging in the face, the neck and the body. And this little dude right here is definitely going to be able to help with under and around the eyes. But if you've got any questions about this little radio frequency skin tightening device, about any of the other radio frequency machines that I use, or radio frequency in general, the comments are now open, so feel free to ask away. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this video today. I hope that your day is as beautiful as you are and that you have the best week ever. And I really look forward to seeing you in my next video. So till then, TJ over and out.